Here's the starting lineup, for the Pittsburgh Pirates against Jack Billingham, who is a record of 14-7. He has only one decision against the Bucks. He lost to Pittsburgh on that July 14th ball game, and the Bucks went on this winning streak, 2-1 to Bruce Kison. The last time out, pitched one of his fine ball games of the season, beating the Los Angeles Dodgers 2-0. That was last Wednesday. Rennie Stennett on an 8-game hitting streak will lead it off against him. He'll be at second base. Richie Hebner will bat second and play at third. Al Oliver, also on an 8-game hitting streak, will be in center field. He'll bat third. Willie Stargell in the cleanup spot, hitting his 20th home run last night and extending his hitting streak to 8 games, will be in left field and bat fourth. Richie Zisk will bat fifth. He'll be in right field. Doing the catching and hitting sixth, Manny Sanguillen. Ed Kirkpatrick will be at first base. He'll bat seventh. Batting eighth and playing at shortstop, Frank Tavares. And the pitcher will be right-hander Larry Demery with a record of 2 wins and 4 defeats. His other win, besides the Mets victory, came against the Houston Astros at Pittsburgh. Now he's looking for his first win on the road and against the tough ball club, the Cincinnati Reds. Pirates have won 7 of their last 8 and are only 2.5 games out of first place. And as I mentioned, for the first time this year, at even 500, with a record of 58 wins and 58 defeats. And they've gotten better every month as the season's gone along. August starting off well. Stennett will lead it off against Billingham. We're set for baseball. I'll tell you more about Steve Blass, who'll be joining the ball club later in August. Curveball swung on a miss by Stennett, strike one. Pirates have announced that Blass will begin a special visual program in conjunction with the California Oculus in hopes of regaining some of that pitching proficiency he had. Ground ball, right side, base hit by Stennett. 9 games in a row for Rennie. Bucks started off quickly last night with a run in the first inning, and start the same way here against Billingham with a line single to left field by Stennett. Blass, by the way, will be put on the inactive list, the temporary inactive list. That's effective tonight, and he'll start this program with the California Oculus, and then will be joining the Pirates out in San Diego on August the 22nd to work with pitching coach Don Osborne, and hopefully be able to find some of that pitching skill that he so suddenly lost. Hebner, line drive, base hit up the middle on the first pitch. Stennett holds at second base. The strong throwing arm of Geronimo respected in center field. Hebner and Stennett with back-to-back singles, and the Pirates are running at Billingham here in the first inning. That'll bring up Al Oliver on an 8-game hitting streak. Scoops got a single his first time up last night and went on with 3 more. He had a fine night going 4 for 5. He's batting at .305 and has an 8-game hitting streak going. 7 home runs. He's driven in 49. The Reds playing him to pull the ball a bit. Concepcion playing behind Stennett, keeping him honest. Now gives way. The pitch outside, ball 1. Reds the only change tonight at third and behind the plate. With Dreesen going to third, Bench going behind the plate. They had Plummer catching last night, and Bench playing at third. Billingham takes a look at second base. The 1-0 pitch. Line drive, left field, another base hit. There'll be a play at the plate. They're going to hold Stennett right there, and a strong throw cut off by Dreesen. That ball got out there so quickly that Stennett had no chance to score. But 3 well-hit balls. Singles by Stennett, Hebner, and Oliver as the bases loaded and nobody out, and Stargell stepping in. Rennie had no chance at all, and very wisely Bob Skinner held him there with Stargell coming up. Willie on an 8-game hitting streak, batting at .301. Banged his 20th home run last night off Clay Kirby, a 2-run shot. He's in with 68 RBIs. Richie Zisk waiting on deck is getting very close to a record in the National League. He has had RBIs in 9 consecutive games, and should Stargell keep it going here, he'll have an opportunity for an RBI very quickly in the first inning. Billingham will wind up with the bases loaded. The Reds, of course, playing back for the double play. They'll give up a run to get 2. Willie takes a strike. Very quickly loosening in the Reds bullpen, Pedro Bourbon. The windup in the 0-1 pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 2. That big, lazy curveball of Billingham's It's very effective against left-handed batters, and he got Stargell out in front that time. Willie tried to put the ball in play someplace here. But Billingham on top of him. Curveball, he struck him out. Big strikeout. That keeps the double play possibility alive, and the Reds could get out of it with a ground ball without a run scoring. But that's up to Zisk now to keep it alive here and possibly get a base hit. Wasted no time on Stargell, just using 3 pitches. Zisk has had RBIs in 9 consecutive games, and it didn't take too much of a mental giant to figure out the reason for that. 3 guys in front of him, Stennett, Oliver, and Stargell, are on 8-game hitting streaks, so he's had a lot of opportunities to drive in runs, and he's taken advantage of it. RBIs can be a very misleading statistic. Billingham, with a lot of time here, is taking quite a bit of it. Finally gets the sign. The pitch is in there, taken by Zisk, strike 1. This is why Billingham is a good pitcher. With a record of 14-7. He is high in the National League with wins. When you get in trouble, you're able to work your way out. He's not out of it yet. Just tried to do something about it. Foul off the third base side, strike 2. But Stennett, Hebner, and Oliver wasted no time at all going right after him. And he's wasting no time at all, coming right back after Stargell. And now Zisk. He's thrown 5 consecutive strikes. Zisk guarding the plate now. Takes a fastball inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pretty good pitch. He backed him off the plate with it, though. The look in, the windup in the pitch. Curveball ripped down the third base line. It's going to be extra bases. Stennett scores. Hebner scores. Oliver's coming to third. He'll move in there, and Zisk has doubled in 2 runs. He now has driven in runs in 10 consecutive games. 1 more game tomorrow, and if he does that, he will tie a National League record set by Mellott in 1929. He hit a curveball, and the pitcher, Billingham, got it out over the plate too much. He wanted to go farther away with it, didn't get it out there, and Zisk comes through with a very key double, and boy, he's been a big bat for the Bucks. 72 RBIs. He leads the club in that category, and the Pirates jump off to a 2-0 lead. He has picked up Stargell a number of times like that. Does it again here tonight. Runners at second and third on that double, and Tanguy, the batter. Still only 1 out. The game could very well have hung in the balance right there if Billingham's able to get out of it with a double play ball. You never know. Momentum is a funny thing. You might force them to go to their bullpen a little more quickly than they had hoped to with their star going, Billingham. Sanguian has a 7-game hitting streak going. The infield back at short and second. Inside, the pitch is taken. 2 balls and no strikes on Manny. Pirates have won 7 out of 8 in 21 of their last 30, and moving up in that Eastern Division race. 2.5 games off the pace of the Cardinals, even 500. Chopping ball up the middle. Concepcion comes up with it. He has the play only to first, but an RBI, and the Pirates lead 3-0. Oliver scores. Sanguian going out 6-3. Zisk moves over to third on the play after Oliver scored. And the Pirates have made the most of this first inning after Billingham gave indications of working his way out of it, striking out Stargell on 3 pitches and getting Zisk no balls and 2 strikes. Sanguian now in with 48 RBIs. Kirkpatrick is the batter with a runner at third, 2 down. Homered last night, the big 2-run shot, his third of the year. Takes a pitch on the corner, strike 1. The home plate umpire is Bob Engel at first base, Frank Foley. Second base hit Sudol, and the third, Big Lee Wyatt. The windup by Billingham in the pitch. Curveball hit deep to right field. This one may be gone. Drifting back, Foster looking, going, gone. Home run, Kirkpatrick. Spanky Kirkpatrick. hits home runs in consecutive ball games here. His bat's coming to life. And the Pirates lead 5-0. Sparky Anderson coming out to the mound. And we may get a pitching change right here. They'll do it. They will take out Billingham. Now their big ace will depart in the first inning. And we'll get a look at a guy named Pedro Borbon. Pirates had a long look at him the last time we played the Reds in Pittsburgh. Not too long a look, or Darrell Patterson, I guess, had the best look at him. He had a hammerlock on him, and Borbon decided the only way out of that is bite him, and he did. Bit him in the short ribs or something, and Patterson had to take a tetanus shot. Well, Billingham takes a very quick shower here. 2/3 of an inning. He has given up 5 hits, 5 runs, 1 strikeout, no walks, and that's got to be the quickest exit Billingham has made since he's been in a Cincinnati Red uniform. But the Bucks have done it with some very timely hitting here. 3 consecutive singles by Stennett, Hebner, and Oliver to load it up. Stargell struck out on 3 pitches. He had the count of 0-2 on Zisk. Finally got him to a 2-2 count. And then Zisk doubled down the left field line to drive into Sanguin. Bounced to short to drive in a run. And Kirkpatrick homers his 4th of the season to make it a 5-0 game, scoring Zisk ahead of him. Now, well, we've got the opportunity here. Let's pause 20 seconds for our local station.
Listen to the sound of your heart. Today, American colleges need more than a sympathetic audience. They need financial help. So listen to your heart and use your head. Give to the college of your choice now. A public service message of this station and the Advertising Council.
Pedro Borbon has a record of 8 wins, 6 defeats, and he's had 12 saves. This is his 54th appearance. He's been a very durable pitcher for them. He'll go just about every day and pitch a lot of innings, 101 innings already, and strictly in relief. He'll go against Tavares. Countryman of his, a line drive to center field, and it hangs up Geronimo's gut. Another well-hit ball, but Geronimo was playing perfectly on Tavares. That'll retire the Pirates in the first inning. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors, nobody left. And we'll go to the bottom of the first. The Pirates lead 5-0. Larry Demery staked to a 5-0 lead here in the first inning. Will go against Pete Rose, Joe Morgan, and Johnny Bench in the Reds' first inning. Demery's record 2-4, as I mentioned the last time out. A week ago, Wednesday, he defeated the New York Mets by the score of 10-1, his first complete game outing. Made his debut here on June the 2nd, the Sunday afternoon, coming on in relief in a game we wound up losing. But he struck out 3 of the first 5 batters that he faced. Rose is one of them. One of them, he'll be facing him. Rose batting at .275, 2 home runs, has driven in 33. This afternoon, Houston beat Chicago 3-1. Dave Roberts all the way for the win, and Bill Bottom lost at his 15th loss. Rose takes a strike, takes a pitch up high, ball 1. Other games tonight, the Phillies got 3 runs in the first inning. Mike Schmidt hitting a 2-run homer, his 26th of the year. They lead San Francisco 3-1. Fastball up high, ball 2. Other ball games underway. Atlanta has a 1-0 lead over Montreal after 3. Tom Walker against Ron Reed. The other games just getting underway. Los Angeles at New York, Downing against Matlack, and San Diego at St. Louis, Romo against Siebert. Demery in with a strike, Rose taking all the way. 2 balls and a strike. Larry's had some very shaky ball games in the first 4 innings or so, but has been a pretty courageous pitcher hanging in there. Fastball way up high, ball 3. He may have his problems, and Sanguin reminding him to stay up on top more with his pitches. Pitched a 12-hit ball game against St. Louis, drafting 12 runners. High fly down the left field line. Stargell drifting over near the line. Makes the fair ball catch for the first out. That the Braves run came on a home run by Dusty Baker in the second inning. Nobody on. His 14th of the year. Braves playing pretty good baseball under Clyde King. But not gaining a whole lot of ground in that runaway Western Division race with Los Angeles and Cincinnati sizably out in front. Atlanta 13.5 games off the pace. The batter is Joe Morgan, hitting at .298, 15 home runs, driven in 48. Takes a pitch right on the corner, strike one. Inside corner. And we'll wish a belated happy first anniversary to Ed and Nadine Rose. That was celebrated on Sunday. We missed that one. Curve down low on Morgan. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ed is the associate sports editor of the Beaver County Times. Larry Demery leading 5-0 in the first inning with a 1-1 pitch. He's up high to Morgan. 2 balls and a strike. Morgan leads the Reds in bases on balls. He has drawn 92 in 114 games. 2-1 pitch. Fastball up high, ball 3. Demery going to a 3-ball count on the first 2 batters, Rose and Morgan. But as I said, he's had this problem just about every start that he's had. He's been shaky over the first 3 or 4 innings. 3-1 pitch by Larry. Foul, back out of play. Full count of 3-2 on Morgan. Johnny Bench waiting on deck. Bucks will be back home Friday night against the Los Angeles Dodgers, their last trip into Pittsburgh. Friday night at 8:05, Saturday at 2:15. That'll be the last Senior Citizens Day of 74. And then Sunday, August the 18th, it'll be Pennant Day. 3-2 pitch. Pop foul, out of play down the left field line. Pretty good crowd on hand here again tonight. We would get somewhere around 30,000. Maybe just a bit short of that, but very fine turnout. Reds will draw 2 million or more fans again this year. Quite a success story out here. Foul, back out of play. Morgan, the count is full, 3-2. These 2 ball clubs, the Pirates and the Reds, are the most successful teams in the National League since expansion in '69. Both having won 3 divisional titles. The 3-2 pitch. He lost him, ball 4. Ball in the dirt. And Morgan draws a walk, and that'll bring up Johnny Bench. Demery's big problem this year, when he's been roughed up, it has been with the long ball, the home run. He's looking at some guys that can take you out now with Bench hitting and Perez waiting on deck. Bench with 24 home runs has 88 RBIs. He was tied with Mike Schmidt going into the night in the RBI column, but Schmidt has already driven in 2 with a home run in the first inning. So he leads them by 2. Pirates back for 2, leading 5-0 in the first inning. We'll look at first base. The long pause, the pitch. Where was it? Just outside. He stares in at Bob Engel. He thought he had a strike there. He didn't get the call, though. Ball 1. Demery has a good move to first base, but he has a long pause, and he was pitching the night they caught Brock stealing twice. Morgan a threat to run. The luck to throw over. He's back in time. Morgan has stolen 47 bases. He's been caught stealing 10 times. Throw, he's back again, diving head first. Despite the lead of 5-0, you wouldn't think somebody would be running, but Morgan will take every advantage you can give him, stay away from the double play and everything else. Well, look at first. The pitch is right there, taken by Bench. 1 ball and 1 strike. Reds have hit 94 home runs. Bench leads with his total of 24. Right behind him, Perez with 21. Well, look at first. A long pause. The 1-1 pitch in the dirt all the way to the backstop, and it'll be a wild pitch. Demery, as we mentioned, has had his problems early in the ballgame. A little bit unsettled here. Walking Morgan has gone to a 3-ball count on the first 2 batters, getting Rose to fly to left field to open the game. But has walked Morgan, has now thrown a wild pitch, losing the double play possibility, and the count on Bench goes to 2 balls and a strike. But he leads 5-0. Last night's game, the Reds kept running right after us, and it was quite a thrilling game to watch. Pirates finally winning it 7-4. Demery set to work, checks Morgan at second. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball. He blew it right by him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He came up into what is commonly referred to as the wheelhouse bench, high and inside. Morgan, if he gets the opportunity, will steal third base, but he's not wandering too far off here. Demery checks him, takes another peek back, again the pitch. Line drive right to Hebner, and a throw not in time as Stanek couldn't get over there. Hebner tried to go for 2, but there was no opportunity there. You're going to play bench a little bit different than you do most other players. He sprays the ball around, and Stanek was quite deep and couldn't get over on the bag in time to make a play there. Line drive out to Hebner, 2 down, and that'll bring up Tony Perez, the first baseman, hitting at .271. 5-0 lead for the Bucks. 2 down, a runner at second, first inning. Ball 1, fastball down low. They had the father-son ball game here tonight, and a rather enjoyable time had by the fans and the youngsters too. I think the dads enjoyed it. Pete Rose's youngster swings a bat like his dad. Curveball fouled off the first base side, and I believe drifting out of play. Demery got away with a bad pitch that time. He hung one, and Perez a bit behind on it. In case you're just joining us, the Pirates scored 5 runs in the first inning, chasing Jack Billingham, highlighted by a key double by Richie Sis to drive into. Sanguian got an RBI and a ground out, and then Ed Kirkpatrick hit his second home run in as many nights to make it a 5-0 ball game. That's the way it stands. Demery with a count of 1-1. The pitch underway to Perez. He's down low. 2 balls and a strike. Well, he's been behind on every batter he's faced here in the first inning. Demery just 21 years of age. He just turns out in June. The 2-1 pitch by Larry. Ground ball off the first base side. Had the fastball by him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Reds didn't lose any ground in the Western Division race, but they're not worried about losing. They're worried about picking it up because the Dodgers were beaten by Harry Parker, his first complete game in the National League, 3-1. They're 5.5 behind the Dodgers. The pitch inside. Full count of 3-2. Well, the third batter in the inning that Demery has gone to a 3-ball count on. Stennett creeping behind the bag at second, keeping Morgan close there. Demery searching for a sign from Manny Sanguian. Dan Dreesen, the on-deck batter. The 3-2 pitch fouled off the first base side, and I believe a play. Kirkpatrick near the railing. He has room. He's got it. Demery came right on the fists of Perez and jammed him with that one. Gets out of it. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left. And we've completed one. The Pirates lead 5-0. Some American League scores. Kansas City leading Detroit 2-0 after winning a play out in Baltimore tonight. The Baltimore Orioles behind Jim Palmer is trying to get back into action again, leading Chicago 7-0. Grand slam home run in the first inning by Big Boo Powell. Pirates will open up the second inning with Larry Demery. They sent 8 batters up in the first inning and scored 5 runs. They lead 5-0. Larry swings and misses, strike 1. Montreal has tied up Atlanta with a run in the 4th inning. They're tied 1-1. Walker against Ron Reed. Pitch away by Bourbon. The count of 1-1. The 1-1 pitch by Pedro is just on the corner, taken by Larry, and the count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Demery's driven in a couple of runs, batting at just 105. A right-handed batter. Lines one right off the glove of Bourbon, picks it up, throws. He's got him at first base. Well hit ball by Larry, a line shot right back to the mound, and almost got through, but Bourbon got the glove up in time to knock it down. some pretty well hit balls already in this ball game. Even the outs have been rather well hit. Bourbon evidently got the ball on the glove hand. Concepcion a bit concerned that he might have caught it with the bare hand. He said he's all right. I don't think anything bothers Pedro too much. Stennett with a single in the first inning came on to score on the base hit by Zisk, scoring our first run. Pitches away by Bourbon. Ball one. Pirates won last night. They have a sizable lead here, 5-0 in game number 2. Foul back out of play by Rennie. Bucks have swept every ball club in the National League in one series at some time during the season, except this club. And they would certainly like to do that here. This has not been a very successful ballpark for us. Fastball away, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Rennie Stennett. Fly ball to right field, pretty well hit, but Foster has room in the corner, makes the grab out of our view. 2 down. Stennett going to the opposite field. Flies out for the second out. And that'll bring up Hebner, his single in the first inning. Kept the Buck big inning going. Ritchie batting at .302. 13 home runs. He's driven in 45. 5-0 lead for the Pirates, top the second inning. The pitch by Bourbon, jamming pitch, foul back out of play, came up around the letters. The windup by Bourbon, fly ball, center field. Geronimo has it measured, and the Pirates will go down in order in the second inning. We've completed 1.5. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Pirates 5, Cincinnati nothing.
Hi, this is your old superstar, me, Mary Jane. And I'd like you to give a listen to some news from your Chrysler Plymouth dealer that could mean money in your pocket.
Thank you, Mary Jane. You're right. Because money is what this message is all about. Right now, it's year-end clearance time at your Chrysler Plymouth dealers. That means he's tagging every 74 car in stock with a year-end price. Year-end prices on his 8 great small car buys, including Valiants, Dusters, and Scamps, America's best-selling line of compact cars. Year-end prices on his mid-size Satellites and full-size Furies and Chryslers. Prices to move them and move them out fast. Because your Chrysler Plymouth dealer knows it costs him more to keep them than to sell them. So if you have to get the most out of every dollar you spend, and who doesn't nowadays, the place to buy that new car is at your Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
You can really clean up on a great year-end deal at your Pirate Land Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
I'll send a couple of birthday wishes out to John Selly. His 80th birthday celebrated last Sunday. Good friend of ours, Tom McIver's great-grandfather. And also a 76th birthday to Leonard Silverblatt in Elwood City. Don't forget, the Pirates will be back home for a good homestand against the Dodgers in San Francisco. This club's starting to play excellent baseball, the best in the National League East right now, and some of the best baseball in the National League, winning 21 of their last 30 ball games. And they'd like to have some good fan support when they get back home. The Dodgers Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday. Then the Giants are in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night, with Wednesday night being ladies' night. Leadoff batter for the Reds will be Dan Dreesen, the third baseman. He's batting number 5 in the lineup. Takes a strike. Bucks lead 5-0. Pirates have won 3 and lost 7 of the 10 played so far between these two ball clubs. Even here in this ballpark, 2-2. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball up the middle, and it is picked off by Stennett. Throws, he didn't get it. Good try by Stennett and Kirkpatrick. It's an infield single for Dan Dreesen. A very excellent try by Stennett, who went to his right to get the ball through as he pivoted up in the air, and it's like a quarterback on a run around the end, jumping up to throw the ball, but he couldn't get that much on it. And Dreesen, batting from the left side, moves down there rather quickly and winds up with an infield single. Now that's the first hit for Cincinnati. It brings up Cesar Geronimo, batting at even .300, 5 home runs. He's driven in 34. The pitch to him is in there at the knee, strike one. Cesar kind of throw-in that deal with the Houston Astros a couple of years for Lee May and Tommy Helms and Joe Morgan and Billingham coming up here, but he's been more than a throw-in. He's been a big ball player. Ground ball, right side, stunted up. The out at second base, the throw to first, and not in time. Yes, they got him. Double play. Scherger arguing with Frank Pulley. They didn't think they got him there, but it was a very close play. We got a television here, but I don't think our instant replay is working. We won't get a shot at it. But a 4-6-3 double play. 2 down, nobody on. Pirates lead 5-0, and Concepcion, the batter. Concepcion hitting at .271, 7 home runs. He's driven in 54. Get a look at it in the instant replay. Stennett got a good throw into Tavares at second base, but throw to first base, hard to tell. Hard to tell, to be honest with you. Kind of a late entry by the camera getting over to the first base to cover the double play. 1 ball and no strikes on Concepcion. The pitch was away. Emery's fastball grounded to shortstop. Tavares gets a funny hop, throws. He got him. That ball took a very funny hop on Tavares, but he stayed with it to get the out. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. And we'll go to the third inning. The Pirates lead 5-0.
Protein is a vital element in dogs' daily feeding. Joy, nature's food for dogs, contains 25% protein in both its kibbled and chunks of Joy. Joy Dog Food is a scientific blend of grains and meat solids that provides your dog with a balanced ration, so necessary for good health and habits. This chewy, crunchy, tasty dried dog food keeps all dogs in championship condition. The meat solids it contains are equivalent to 60% fresh meat and maintains a proper balance of protein, fats, calcium, and vitamins that keeps your dog active and alert. So compare labels when you shop for dog food. You'll find Joy, nature's food for dogs, contains 25% protein. Compare that with high percentage with any other dog ration of equal quality, and you'll find that Joy is equal or better. So today, fill your dog's feeding bowl with that high-protein, scientifically balanced dry dog food and watch him jump for joy. Oh, yes, Joy will not cost you an arm or a leg. You'll find Joy dog food at your open pantry, payday, and community supermarkets.
Well, Mike Schmidt has hit another home run, his second of the night. He now has 27 on the season. It came in the third inning off Barr, and they lead the San Francisco Giants 4-1. Jim Barr going against Dick Ruthven. The Phillies out in front, 4-1 after 3. Montreal has made a pitching change in the bottom of the fourth. Tom Walker has been knocked out. Carruthers replaces him. It's a tie game 1-1. The Braves evidently scoring here in the fourth inning. Oliver leads off the Pirates third against Bourbon. He takes a strike. Billingham started, went 2/3 of an inning. Knocked out on 5 runs and 5 hits. The home run by Kirkpatrick chasing him. Bourbon has retired 4 in a row since coming on. Curveball in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Reminder, this portion of your broadcast is being brought to you by Joy, nature's high-protein food for dogs. Oliver fouls back out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pirates have done well against Western Division teams this year. 9 games over 500. Fly ball, left center field, giving chase as Geronimo going. He runs it down. Pretty well hit by Oliver, but Geronimo's speed got there in time to grab it. 1 down, and Stargell struck out in the first inning with the bases loaded on 3 pitches by Billingham. Will be the batter. Willie pushed the fence out about a foot last night, making a great grab on the ball hit. Late in the ball game, off the pitching of John Moreland. He's all right today. Fouls out of play down the left field side, strike 1. Trying to recall who hit that ball. Can't remember. The left-handed batter, I believe, but I'm not sure. Curveball hangs high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Willie check swings line to left field, and Rose can't get it, traps the ball, but it's a base hit. Well, he didn't want to hit that ball, and I think Rose might have had problems picking it up through the lights in the upper deck here behind us. He just tried to block the ball somewhere, and I don't think he ever really saw it. Base hit by Will on a check swing. That's a gift in our first hit off Bourbon. And it brings up Richie Zisk, who doubled in the first inning to drive in 2 runs. And he has now driven in a run in 10 consecutive games, a National League record, 11 set by Mellott, 1929. Foul out of play by Rich. Ball 1. Fouled it down the right field line. Pirates were not hitting the first 3 months of the season. And suddenly the bats are starting to come alive. And this club's starting to put runs on the board. Fastball away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Andy Murtaugh said when they left Florida, if this club doesn't score, we're going to have problems. Because that's our game. And we did have problems. Going 14 games under 500 one time. Foul down the third base line. Picked off by Coach Bob Skinner. And a count of 1-2 on Zisk. Pretty good crowd on hand, and a couple of Pittsburghers out here taking in the ball game. Debbie Huenfeld, Ginny Avery, Katie Leary, and Eleanor Freshwater. 4 youngsters. A foul. Out of play again by Zisk off to our right. Also visiting Carl Bergens from Greensburg out in Westmoreland County. Richie with 72 RBIs, leads the Bucks in that category. Takes a pitch down low from Bourbon. The count of 2-2. It starts at first, 1 down, Pirate third, and the Bucks out in front, 5-0. The pitch is the ground ball up the middle. It's a base hit. Stargell will hold at second base. Zisk is 2 for 2, and back-to-back hits off the pitching of Bourbon. The Bucks have runners at first and second, and Sanguillen steps in. That is the 7th hit off Cincinnati pitching. Reds had to dip into the bullpen rather quick last night against Clay Kirby. He was shelled after about 4. Will McEnany did a pretty good job. Then we get after Clay Carroll. Sanguillen got an RBI in the first inning, bouncing to the shortstop. Takes the strike on the outside corner. And he noticeably taking more pitches this year than has been his past history. Already has as many walks this year as he had all last season, which isn't many. Jamming pitch at the shortstop. They won't get to it. It's hit too slowly. The out at second base gets Zisk. Stargell moves to third. Sanguillen's on at first base, and that'll leave it up to Kirkpatrick. He homered in the first inning, and that was the last batter that Billingham faced. Pirates lead 5-0. Kirkpatrick's home run, his 4th of the year, and has been a good addition to this ball club. He was part of the Nellie Browse trade, and has really been stinging the ball the last month or so. Pops one up in the infield, and the shortstop, Concepcion, will make the play. Now Morgan wants it. He makes the grab behind second. That'll retire the Pirates. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. We strand 2. And we go to the bottom of the third. The Pirates lead 5-0. Well, we've got some big games coming up when we get back against the Dodgers in San Francisco, and some big games coming in September, too. The Philadelphia Phillies will be in for a big doubleheader on the 2nd of September. And a good way to attend the ball game is in a group. We're not looking forward to that. Red carpet treatment for groups of 20 or more. You get preferred seat location, the opportunity to purchase reserved bus parking, and the chance, too, should you desire, to enjoy the popular picnic area buffet down the left field line in the 4th deck. Reasonable prices for that. You can watch batting practice. If you're interested, call 323-1000. Ask for the Pirate Group Sales Department for more information. Get a busload and come on out to Three River Stadium for this very interesting Eastern Division race that's kind of bubbling over here. Phillies lead San Francisco 4-1. They're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Atlanta got 3 in the 4th off Montreal. They lead 4-1 over the Expos. We're out in front here 5-0 behind Larry Demery. The Bucks chasing Billingham in the first inning. Foster up for the first time. The right fielder hitting number 8. Batting at .271. The pitch by Demery is in there, taking strike 1. Foster has 5 home runs. He's driven in 31. Houston beat Chicago this afternoon 3-1 with 2 runs in the 9th inning. Roberts beating Bonham. The 0-1 pitch by Larry, and it's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Reds have the opportunity of a big night here tomorrow with a crowd to go over the 1.5 million mark, with still a lot of baseball to be played here at Riverfront. Curveball away, and the count of 2 balls and a strike. This is the Reds' 59th or 60th ball game at home. We've got about 20 more dates here. 2-1 pitch, foul, out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pirates, after tonight's ball game, will have only 45 more games remaining. This game fast coming down to the wire now. And when you get past Labor Day, you have just about 3 weeks left in the season, and it's kind of going much like it did last year. 4 teams very definitely in the race, and maybe 5. Foul, and just above our broadcasting booth, a count of 2-2. Demery out in front, 5-0. He's given up 1 hit and 1 walk over the front 2. A double play got him out of 1 jam. Ground ball, left side. It's on through to left field. Foster's got a base hit. Ball just had eyes and got past Tavares and Hebner. The hole at third and short. That'll bring up Pedro Bourbon. Billingham started the game, wasn't around long enough to get up to hit one of his rare starting assignments that he has failed in. Bourbon, a right-handed batter. He's around the bunt, and the pitch is in there. Strike 1. It draws Kirkpatrick and Hebner up from first and third. Sagian asking for time, goes out in front of the plate to say something to Demery, get things straight in their mind, what they're going to do. Reds down by 5 runs. They're trying to get 1 here if they can with a bunt situation. Apparently still alive. Bourbon. Kirkpatrick charges. The pitch is bunted to the first base side. They have a play now at second base. They got him. Yes, they did. Throw to first, not in time for the double play. Kirkpatrick almost turned over a fine double play there. Bourbon bouncing the ball hard to first baseman Ed Kirkpatrick. They got the out at second base on the lead man, George Foster. Take a look at it on the replay. They weren't too sure they had him here. The fans doing some umpiring, but Kirkpatrick wheeled very quickly and threw on in there. And I don't know. They say they got him. Getting the benefit of a couple of close plays here. We'll take 1-6 on the play at second. Bourbon on at first in the fourth play. That'll bring up Pete Rose for the second time. He flied to left field on a 3-1 count in the first inning. A pitch by Demery. And low, ball 1. Rose hitting at 275. The possibility of another 300 season there. And maybe 200 hits, but it's going to have to be a lot of tarred hitting from here on out to do it. He swings and misses on a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rose so far this year in with 130 hits, so he needs 70 hits over the remaining 5 or 6 weeks of the season. If anybody can get hot and do it, probably he can, because he usually wants to. Curveball down low, 2 balls and a strike. One of the few high-priced ball players that is not considered a home run hitter. He does it all with just some great desire and hustle and pretty good talent, too. 2-1 pitch. He is just outside, ball 3. So he goes to 3-1 again on Rose. Emery's been working behind through most of this ball game, but as I said, it's been a constant pattern with him just about every start he's had. He struggles over the first part of the game, but usually works his way out of jams. Bourbon at first, 5-0 lead. Pirates out in front. The pitch is up high, ball 4. He's getting himself into a bit of a problem here. He's running into some big bats with Morgan stepping in. Bench waiting on deck and Perez in the hole. He leads 5-0, and Sanguillen out to talk to the youngster. That's his second walk. It moves Bourbon into second base, Rose at first, and Morgan, who walked in the first inning, is batter. Bucks turned over a double play in the second inning. They're looking for one here right now. Crowd, as you can hear in the background, coming to light. They know the big bats are coming up. The pitch by Demery, up high, ball one. Time call. Don Osborne, the pitching coach, wants to come out and talk to Demery. Settle him down a bit if he can. Also moving in, Rennie Stennett and Sanguillen. Last time Demery pitched, he had much the same type of problem early in the game, was falling behind, and Osborne went out and told him, just pick a spot in the strike zone and a zone in there over the plate that you want to throw to, and concentrate on it and throw to it, instead of just throwing the ball somewhere in the general vicinity of the home plate area. In other words, do a little more concentrating. Bob Bingle out to chase him off the mound as quickly as he can. No possibility of a change being made here with a 5-0 lead. Osborne just making sure that the youngster knows what he's doing and doesn't get deeper into a hole here. Count of 1-0 on Morgan. With Bourbon at second, Rose at first, and a 5-0 lead third inning. Pirates out in front. The 1-0 pitch. Ball two. He just missed a bit. Larry wants another baseball. Morgan, as I mentioned, will draw more walks than anybody. Already has 90-some, 92. And a tough guy to pitch to. He will not chase the ball. You've got to come right to him. He has hit 15 home runs. The pitch swings and misses, a shot right down the middle. That was it for him, but he missed it. 2 balls and a strike. Morgan, Bench, and Perez are the long ball bats in this lineup. 15, 24, and 21, respectively, and they're batting in a row here. The 2, 3, and 4 batters, and that's what Demery has to face here, with only one out in the third inning. The 2-1 delivery. Ground ball, right side, base hit. Bourbon, I think, is going to score. No, they'll hold him. The throw by this, cut off by Kirkpatrick. The base is loaded for the Thunder, John Beck. And we're going to get activity. Reds can score runs, and the Pirates can too. Pitching will not be the name of this series, I don't believe. It wasn't last night, and it sure doesn't give any indication of going that way tonight. We're going to start loosening Darrell Patterson. This is kind of hard to say that the game is up for grabs here, but it quite very well could be with this big guy back with the bases loaded and a 5-0 lead. We need a double play. He hard to the third baseman Hebner in the first inning. The pitch underway. Swings and misses, strike one. He was going for all the downs, and a curveball had him way out in front. Lynch hasn't seen that much of Demery, and it could be a plus for Larry. Doesn't know exactly what he throws. Pirates back all the way around from first to third. Demery taking his time. Checks the runner at third, Bourbon. The 0-1 pitch. And it's away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Popped out of the glove of Sanguillen. Jerry Royce last night picked up a win, but he only got 5 innings in. And the bullpen had to bail things out. Demery wants another sign. Steps off. Went to the rosin bag. He's set to go. The windup and the 1-1 pitch underway. Ground ball off the shins of Demery, bounces off the first base line, base hit. One run is in, the base is still loaded. '89th RBI by Ben Chenarez. They've come alive here. They get a big thread riding with still only one out and the bases loaded. Three hits in the inning to go along with a walk. Time call. Kirkpatrick in to talk to Demery. Ball bounced off the shins of Demery. He went to look for it. It was nowhere near him. It caromed off the first base side, almost into the Reds on deck circle. Only one run scoring, however. Base is still loaded. Pete Rose is at third. Joe Morgan's at second. Bench is at first, and it's a 5-1 game. Perez fouled out to first base his first time up. But he had some pitches to hit and was just behind on a couple of them. Demery hung a curveball on him in that first inning and got away with it. He doesn't want to make that mistake twice for this game. The windup and the pitch by Larry. He's in there. Strike one. Fastball. Pirates playing Perez pretty much straight away. Stargell off the line 70 feet to 80 feet in left, and likewise Zisk in right field. They're pinched in towards center. The 0-1 pitch by Demery, and a ground ball, second base side, standing up. The out at second base, the throw to first. It's a double play. They turn it over. 4-6-3. His bench went after Taveras, but the youngster got away from him. He didn't get him at second base, and a good play by Taveras. The double play gets him out of the very big inning. One run, 3 hits, no errors, 2 left, and we've completed 3. The Pirates lead 5-1. Hey, here's a cool, refreshing idea for the hot summer months. You can quench that sizzling summer thirst with Daly's high-quality, good-tasting, fruit-flavored drinks for the family. Far better than pop, it costs less, and no sugars needed. The regular size bottle makes 26 glasses for about 3 cents a glass. It's like getting a 26-pack. Or Daly's concentrate in the gallon size makes 104 glasses full, like getting a big 104-pack. The gallon size comes in 7 popular flavors: orange lemon, cherry, orange, grape, lemon, fruit punch, and lemon lime. It's thriftier, delicious, and convenient. Daly's concentrate goes a long way and quenches thirst better than anything you can buy. It's great in cooking and baking, or as topping for ice cream. And it makes delicious popsicles for the youngsters. No sugar needed, you just add water. Get the regular 26-ounce bottle or the thriftier, handier gallon size. Thirsty? Well, quench it with Daly's fresh fruit concentrate.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we go now into the 4th inning. And the Buccos leading 5-1. Getting a big double play ball. To close out that inning when the Reds were really threatening. Taveras fly to center against Bourbon back in the first inning. 1 ball and no strike pitch. And he slugs it into right for a base hit. And while we have a moment, let's take 20 seconds for our local stations.
This is Bill Steinbach. Every weekday at 5, along with the entire KDKA radio news team, we bring you up to date on everything happening in the world on 60 to 6. Sports with John Cigna and reports from all over the world let you know everything that's happening. That's 60 to 6, Monday through Friday on KDKA Pittsburgh. Someplace special.
All right, Larry Demery has bunted. And the pitcher, Bourbon, butchered the ball. And so Demery has a sacrifice. No time at bat, and Bourbon is charged with an error. That puts runners at first and second, and now we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Pirate Baseball Network.
All the good sports are on Pirates. KDKA Pittsburgh.
There's a bunt by Stennett. Bourbon comes up with this one, has only the one play to Morgan, and we have runners at first and second. So that sacrifice bunt is 1-4, and here's Hebner, who singled and flied to center. And immediately, Dick Bainey, a right-hander, goes to work for the Cincinnati Reds. Now let's see how the Reds are going to play their infield. They're looking into the bench to see what Sparky Anderson wants them to do. In or up? In or back? As of the moment, they're up in the infield to Hebner, who singled and scored in the first inning. They're going to put him on to go to Oliver. Well, let's see how that's going to work out. This is going to be the first walk. And we're going to have the bases loaded for the second time tonight. And the last pitch to Hebner is outside to send him down to first. So they're loaded up for Al Oliver, who singled in the first inning and fly to center. He scored in that first inning, too. The way we scored, if you're just tuning in, Stennett, Hebner, and Oliver single, bases loaded, then with one out, just doubled. That was the 10th game in which he's knocked in one or more runs. He's one shy of Mel Ott's National League record. Then Sanguillen grounded out, in which Oliver scored in third, and then Kirkpatrick went downtown. We had a 5-0 lead. Fouled away off to the left. The Reds got a run in the third inning when Bourbon got on a force out. Went to second on a walk and had to go at third and stop on single by Morgan. Then Bench singled off Demery's leg to drive in the run. Then Perez hit into a double play. Here's the 0-1. And a foul. Oliver hammering hard. Strike 2. Philadelphia leading the Giants 4-1 at the end of 3. Mike Schmitz hit 2 homers in that one. So he's going hog wild in that run batted in department. You know, we play them a big Labor Day doubleheader. We come from Los Angeles, go right out to the park and whack at them for 2 at Three Rivers. Those Phillies, you better get your tickets. There's Oliver with a looping base hit into shallow right. He's going to score 2 runs. Just hit a little bloop. Isn't that a lovely one? Just a little bloop. They were playing back so deep, there was no way they could get up to get to it. And Oliver now has 2 runs batted in. Hebner's gone to third on the play. Demery's run is unearned because he got on an error. There's taking her time coming up, Stargell. Stargell 1 for 2 on a check swing single. And high from Bourbon, ball 1. Pirates leading now 7-1 here in the 4th. Trying for more. Infield back. Stargell breaks his bat, hits a looper up to second. He'll throw to first for the double play. So that gets them out of the inning. 2 runs, one of which is unearned on 2 hits and error, and 1 left at the end of 3 1/2. Pittsburgh leading 7-1.
With people who love good, fresh juice products, the name Daly's is synonymous with quality and unsurpassed flavor. What makes Daly's juice products different? Well, there is a difference. You see, Daly's has never squeezed, crushed, or smashed fruit. They just give it a little old hug to get the richer, pure nectar from the very heart of the fruit. And Daly's is so deliciously different that it just naturally tastes better. And Daly's is great any time of the day. It'll satisfy even the pickiest person in your home. Get your family all juiced up with Daly's because all of Daly's juice products are made with natural fruit juice, an added bonus of vitamin C. Choose from orange, grapefruit, grape, orange pineapple, orange grapefruit, lemon lime, punch, papaya pineapple, low-cal orange, and the brand new low-cal grapefruit, all made with natural fruit juices. Look for the bottle with the juice in the ears. You know what a little hug does for you, don't you? Well, taste what it does for Daly's. Daly's juice products, drink concentrates, cocktail mixes, and fruit-flavored drinks.
In the Dodger-New York game, get my microphone adjusted here. Is that all right, Larry, now? No score in that one. doggone tape is. Atlanta, I'll give you that one. It's 4-1 Atlanta over Montreal at the end of 5.5. And the Dodgers are scoreless with the Mets at the end of 3.5. That's Downing and Matlack in that game. Kansas City leading 3-0 in the 3.5 over Detroit. Philadelphia running a wild. Now leads 6-1 over the Giants. Schmitz hit a couple of home runs. One with one on and one with none on. Larry Demery now goes to Dan Dreesen to beat out an infield single. Gons to Kirkpatrick, comes up, walks it off to Demery, 1 out. Here's Geronimo, bounced into a double play in the second inning. And in there for a strike. Dick Bainey continuing to loosen now. They get down to Bourbon. They'll bat for him in the 4th. All the pitching in the world ain't going to do any good now when you're down 6 points. 0-1 delivery is a change high for a ball, 1-1. This time misses, 2-1. Ball 2 and strike 1. Pirates leading 7 runs on 9 hits. The Reds 1 run on 4. Now their plate umpire, Bob Engel, is looking. They want to examine the ball and see whether or not Demery is wetting it up. Come on, what are you trying to do? Our young man doesn't throw that sort of thing. Mr. Engel? Two balls and a strike to the batter, Geronimo. Fouled away. And the count now 2-2. One out, none on here in the 4th. Geronimo, the center fielder, batting up there left-handed. Ball 2, strike 2 pitch from Demery. Stroked the fastball foul, straight back. And he lit up the lights on Broadway. Demery gets his first strikeout. Geronimo watching that one slide by. Here's Concepcion. He bounced out to short back in the second inning. Pittsburgh leading 7-1. The Pirates have swept every club in the National League West except Cincinnati at one series or another. They've got to win this one tonight and then see if they can't do it tomorrow, and then they will have completed a sweep over every club in the West. So they've not been partial too much. Nailed the Dodgers 3 straight, which helped the Reds immeasurably. Well, the Dodgers come to town to play us Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we'd like to sweep them again. Well, the Reds are trying to make up some hay in their own division. Ball low, 1-1. Ball 2, strike 1. Fastball inside to Concepcion. 2 down, none on in the fourth. 7-1 the Buccos. And a high pop fly into shallow right. Stennett running back. Turning around, getting under, stayed with it. That'll retire the side. So we have gone through 4 innings here in steamy Cincinnati, leading 7-1. Hey, fans, here's another Bucco Baffler winner sent in by Mr. Fred Contillo of East Liberty, a Pirate fan for 54 years. His question, which Pirate owns the highest single-season batting average? The answer, Arky Vaughan. And it was way back in 1935, and what a year he had. He hit .385, and he pounded it for Simmons for 34 doubles, 10 triples, 19 homers, and 99 runs batted in. Hey, nice going, Mr. Contillo. You've won 2 tickets to a Pirate game of your choice, courtesy of Union National Bank. Yeah, 1935 was a great year for Arky Vaughan. And you know, fans, it's not too late to start a great year of your own right now by dropping in at Union National Bank. They've got a whole flock of banking services tailored just for you. Free business and personal checking, regular passbook savings, trust services and loans. And there's nothing baffling about any of them. At Union National, after 117 years, we're still a bank. Member FDIC. Into the 5th innings, S. Sanguin and Kirkpatrick, with the Pirates leading 7-1. Richie Zesk with a double and a single, a run scored and 2 runs batted in. And if you missed it, has now driven in runs in 10 games of 1 or more runs batted in. He's 1 shy of Mellott's National League record. Too shy of tying the Major League record held by Cronin and Ted Williams of runs batted in 1 or more in 12 consecutive games. Here's the 1-0. And Bourbon is low to him. Doc Ellis loosening. He'll be ready to go against the Dodgers. Ball 2 and no strike pitch from Bourbon. He slams it out into shallow right, coming off for it fast as Foster. He isn't going to get it. And it's a base hit for Zisk, who's 3 for 3. That'll bring up Sanguin 0 for 2, grounded to short and bounced into a force play. Pirates in that 4th inning with the score 5-1 saw Tavares sling a single out into right. Demery bunted and Bourbon made an error. Bennett bunted. They walked Hebner intentionally, and then Oliver got a blue. There's Sanguin driving it deep to right. Going back is Foster. An over-the-shoulder catch. Zisk all the way to second. Just does get back to first. Now Kirkpatrick with a home run with 2 at-bats. He had a man aboard when he popped it. His 4th of the year. And that sent Mr. Bellingham to an early shower. Spanky Kirkpatrick standing in now. Bourbon reading the sign from bench. Foul straight back. Eddie took a good whack at it. Eddie underwent the visual instruction program that they're sending Glass through, and Eddie feels it can be very helpful to him. No balls and a strike. And a high chop hit up toward first base. Perez will throw the ball for 1. He'll go back to first. No, not in time to Bourbon. Zisk is out. 3-6. And here's Tavares, who has a 1 for 2 night and a run scored. He singled back in the 4th. Pirates' fifth inning. They lead 7-1. Pedro Borbon, in what will be his last inning of pitching, throws it low, ball one. This time, Bourbon's fastball moves inside. Ball 2 and no strikes. At the knees for a called strike 1 to Frank Taveras. Gets a slow bouncer wide at third. Over goes Dreesen. He'll take the short throw to Morgan to retire Kirkpatrick and the Pirates. And the inning, the fifth, showed no runs. 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. And we go to the bottom of the fifth. Pittsburgh leading Cincinnati 7-1. Forbes Field is gone, but oh, how those memories linger on. Maz's homer in the 60 series. Kiner's liners. Greenberg Gardens. Clementi's rifle shots from deep in the right field corner. The green ivy, the smell of Red Hots, and the vendor shouting, chocolate-covered ice cream. Those memories and a million more will always be with me. But Forbes Field is in the past, and we've got the future to think about. And let's talk about yours for a second. You know, it's a lot easier to plan for if you have some money in the bank, and Union National can help there. Just open a savings account at Union National. Stay with a regular program and watch your money grow. And it'll grow in a hurry, too, because Union National pays a healthy 5% annual interest, compounded and payable quarterly. Now, I'd call that a big league idea because Union National is the major local bank that pays interest quarterly. Look, Forbes Field is fun to remember, but your future is now. Open a savings account soon at Union National. After 117 years, they're still a bank. Member FDIC. On your National League scoreboard, Houston beat Chicago 3-1 as Roberts defeated Bonham. San Francisco now is pulled back a little bit with 3 runs in the 5th inning, and it is now 6-4 Phillies into the bottom of the 5th. Barr and Ruthven. Schmidt has hit a pair of homers. The Dodgers and the Mets scoreless and a 4.5 Downing in Matlack. San Diego leads the Cardinals 1-0 end of 2 innings of play. Vincente Romo against Sonny Siebert. And at the end of 7, Atlanta leads Montreal 4-1. Walker with Carruthers in the 4th. A read for Atlanta. Baker hit a home run in the 3rd. It's 7-1 here at Pittsburgh, and the batter will be Foster. And then they'll have a pinch batter coming up for Bourbon. And they have Dick Bainey up again, a right-hander. And the pitch batter is going to be Ken Griffey. Right now, the problem is getting rid of Mr. Foster, who singled in the 3rd inning off Larry Demery. First pitch to him is a ball. And now a strike, and the count is 1-1. Well, the Mets have scored 2 runs to take a lead over the Dodgers, 2-0 at the end of 4. That's what the applause is about. One pitch. In there, strike call. One ball, 2-strike pitch. Hit weakly up toward 3rd. Hebner charges the ball, comes up, snaps his throw to Kirkpatrick, 1 out. When they bring in Bainey, they will have tried the 3 Bs on us. Billingham, Bourbon, and Bainey. Ken Griffey now is going to bat for Bourbon. Batting average 201. He's a left-hand batter. We're in the fifth. Larry Demery working. Fouled away. No balls and a strike. To the left-hand pinch batter, Ken Griffey from Donora, Pennsylvania. Takes a curve in there beautifully. Strike two. No balls, two strikes. Demery getting the sign now from Sangy. Backs him off the plate with a fastball inside, 1-2. One ball, two strikes. Demery taking his time on this hot, humid night here. And the pitch, he's inside, makes him skip rope. Ball two, strike two. Two pitch, fouled away, off to the left. Ken Griffey, 2 balls and 2 strikes. His daddy was a third baseman at Donora with Stan Musial and was a left-hand thrower, very unusual. Ball 3 and strike 2 now. Here's the 3-2 pitch. He strikes him out on ball 4. And the ball ruled he thought he started to run as though he thought the ball had been dropped. Demery gets his first strikeout, second strikeout, and Griffey struck out on a ball into the dirt. He walks if he lays off that pitch. Here's Rose. He flied to left and drew a walk. Pirates leading 7-1 here in the 5th inning. Now Larry into the windup in the pitch. Starts him off with a changeup around the middle of the cap for a ball. That pitch is fouled away. So 1 ball, 1 strike. End of 8 innings, Atlanta leads Montreal 4-2. Mets lead the Dodgers 2-0 into 5. Ball 2, strike 1 to Rose with 2 down. The pitch checked off the pitch and fouls off to the left out of play. The Mets' 2 runs came on a home run by Grody in the 5th with a man aboard, his 5th of the year. Rose, ball 3. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. And Rose is tied up on the swing, bounces to second, Stennett throws him out. just tied him up totally on that swing. At the end of 5, we lead 7-1. Gene Garber has come on now to pitch for the Phillies, and Dick Bainey, 1-0, has come on to pitch for the Reds. In the 6th inning, Bainey will face Demery, Stennett, and Hebner. San Diego clings to a 1-0 lead over the Cardinals at the end of 2.5. Romo and Siebert in that one. Larry Demery, who is 0 for 1, hits a smack right to the third baseman, Grayson, who leaps high and grabs it. Bainey has a 4-point ERA, which is not very good. Rennie Stennett, he singled to left and scored. He flied to right. He sacrificed. He's 1 for 2. He's tying a shoelace and relaxing a little bit. Just going to give Demery just a little more breathing time. Pirates on top, 7-1. 1 out here in the 6th. Now Stennett's coming up. Bucks return home, and we play the Dodgers Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday. Then the Giants come in. Here's a ball hit off the plate, high up in the air to first baseman Perez. And Stennett beats Perez for a base hit. A Baltimore chop base hit. How's that grab you? He wanted to feed it off to Bainey. He wouldn't have gotten him that way either. He'd have been better off to come right across the bag, and he didn't do it. And so he beat it out for a base hit. Baltimore chop base hit off the Happy Gum. Here's Hebner with a single and 2 at-bats. Scored a run in the 1st inning. Pirates 7 runs and 11 hits. The Reds 1 run on 4 hits. Once again, we're ready, and Hebner takes it low. Ball 1, skipping into the dirt. Johnny Bench controlling it nicely. Again, Bainey ready. Fastball this time in there for a strike, 1-1. The kinetic heat coming up from the bodies in this thing is something. I guess that's what you call it. I'll guarantee you it is hot. There's Hebner slapping one into right for a base hit. And Stennett will come to third. Now we got him on the corners, and here's Oliver, 2 for 3. Scored a run, drove in 2 runs with a check swing bloop double and a single in the right center. Bucks have had a little of everything go for them in this game. Good and fortunate. They've had some couple of dingers, and they've had a couple of bloops when they had to call time, wipe the blood off the ball. That's the way it goes sometimes. It's frustrating as heck to the team that's losing, I'll tell you that. I know, because I've been there with them many a time. Dick Bainey ready. And Oliver hits a high fly, slicing to left. Rose running hard, getting to it, tagging is Stennett. Fair ball catch. Here comes Stennett. He'll score to make it 8-1. Holding it first is Hebner. Oliver drives in his 3rd run of the night. Here's Willie Stargell now. Willie 1 for 3. A single in the 3rd. Pirates leading 8-1 here in the top of the 6th. Dick Bainey, the right-hander, throws it low inside, ball 1. Billingham battered out of the box. Bourbon got popped for a pair. Low inside, and now Bainey's been touched up for a tally. And the Bucks have 8 runs on 12 hits, and we're only in through 5 1/2. We haven't even finished that half yet. 2 out with a runner at first in Hebner. Bainey 2-0 to Stargell. And Wilver unloaded and fouled it back. 2-1. Ball 2, strike 1. And a drive up the middle into right center into the gap. Hefner's rounding second. He'll come to third. We got him on the corners again to Richie Zesk. Richie's 3 for 3 with a double, 2 runs batted in, and a run scored. Richie's driven in 1 or more runs in the last 10 games, and he's 1 away from tying Mellott's National League record of 11, 2 away from tying the record held by Cronin and Ted Williams of 12 games in a row in which they drove in 1 or more runs. Zesk takes a strike. Down low from Bainey, ball 1 and strike 1. Right-handed pitcher Dick Bainey delivers. And Zesk gets a ball deep to left, going back forward to Droz. It's going to be off the wall, and another run driven in, a single for him, and it's 9-1. And Zesk is tearing the cover off the ball, and he's 4 for 4. Oliver was 4 for 4 last night. And they're beginning to catch on to the idea the big bad Buccos are coming at somebody. The big bad Buccos are rumbling. Now, Stogel's at third, and here's Sanguillen standing in. He's 0 for 3, but he's driven in a run. And the fans are getting a little uneasy. Bainey delivers, and here's a ball hit out toward left, and running over forward is Rose, and he grabs it. The ball was slammed to left field, but Rose was able to run it down. So the Pirates get 2 runs here in the 6th inning. On 4 base hits, no errors, and strand a pair. And at the end of 5 1/2, lead the Reds 9-1. San Francisco and Philadelphia at 6-4 at the end of 5 1/2 innings. Bryant now pitching for the Giants against Garber. Schmitz hit a pair. Phil Negro's pitching for Atlanta in the 9th inning in the game against Montreal, where Howie Reed was leading 4-2. So the Montreal's making a rumble down in Atlanta. All right, the batter's going to be Morgan. Larry Demery will go to Morgan, benching Perez here in the 6th inning. The Pirates leading 9-1. Morgan walked and singled to right. Houston beat the Cubbies 3-1. And a strike thrown to Morgan. Up there left-handed. Another one over the plate, but this time a little low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Morgan walked and was wild pitched to second, couldn't get in. Greason led off the Cincinnati second with a base hit, but they double played him. And then they got another double play in the 3rd, very key double play, and that kept Demery at that point in the game because the Reds had the bases loaded and a run in and were running at them. And the Bucks got a 4-6-3 double dip mover out of Mr. Perez. 2 balls and a strike to Morgan. Demery back now with a fastball, and he right through there at the knees for a called strike. Two balls and 2 strikes. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Curveball, high fly, popped into shallow right. Stennett is back, and he one-hands it with his back to the diamond on a miraculous grab. Beautiful play by Rennie Stennett. Just a great play by Rennie Stennett. Back to the infield. Went out there almost in the right field as far as this. Couldn't quite get to it. Man, is that young man playing ball. Here's Bench now. He singled off Demery's leg for the only ribby of the ball game for Cincinnati, his 89th. And he hits a hooking foul off third. He had been tied with Mike Schmidt with a National League RBI lead at 88, but Schmidt's had driven in at least 3 tonight. So Schmidt's got 91. At least. He may be the MVP of the year, that guy, Mike Schmidt. He's now hit 27 homers. Bench takes a ball, 2-1. 1 out, none on, fourth, 6th inning. Pirates lead 9-1. Larry Demery, the 21-year-old youngster, just turned 21 June the 4th. Only his 4th year in baseball. Ball 3, strike 1. I'll tell you, I'll be surprised if he goes 9 tonight, though. This heat is some kind of fierce. Here's the 3-1. And he has walked Bench. That's the 3rd walk. Here's Perez. He's 0 for 2. Fouled out to first and grounded into a double play. Stepping out is Perez. And Demery doing something with the lace of his glove. Chris Spires just homered for the Giants in the 7th inning, none on. We don't know what that score is just yet. It's Philadelphia was leading 6-4. We'll check it some more here in a moment. Demery comes to Perez. He's outside with a fastball. We know the score is at least 6-5 Philadelphia. Giants still batting in the 7th inning. Ground ball hits sharply to short. Tavares gets it up to Stennett for 1 on the first. Double dipper again. 6-4-3 Hoover. Brother. What a play by Tavares that time. So at the end of 6 innings, the Pirates are on top 9-1.
The final innings of tonight's ball game will be sent your way by Iron City Beer. When you're really ready to pour it on, pour on the iron. Pirates 7th inning leading 9-1 against the Reds after winning last night 7-4. Will be Kirkpatrick to open up the 7th. He'll be followed by Frank Tavares and then the pitcher Larry Demery. Dick Bainey, the 3rd pitcher of the night, going for Cincinnati. He was touched up for 2 runs and 4 hits in the 6th inning. Curve down low, ball 1. Fastball by Bainey, in there taken 1 ball and 1 strike. Spanky lines to left field. Rose cannot get to it. It's a base hit. Bouncing in front of him is Kirkpatrick, the left-handed batter, went to the opposite field off Bainey. That's the 15th hit by the Bucks. Don Gullett will go for the Reds tomorrow night. We'll be going with Jim Ruckert. Gullett's been a big pitcher again this year with a record of 13-8. Has the best earned run average on the Red staff, and I guess you probably call him their best pitcher. although Billingham had won more ball games. Tavares takes a strike. Looks at this pitch from Bainey, down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Frank has had a single in 3 times at bat. Been a part of 2 big double plays in the ball game. Defensively, pitch is taken by Frank. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A little warmer tonight than it was last night. Cincinnati can boil over this time of the year and get rather humid. Chopping ball, a shortstop. Concepcion makes the play only at first. Kirkpatrick moves into scoring position. 1 down, and Demery will be the batter. Demery 0 for 3. He got on in an error in the first inning, bunting. Actually, it was a sacrifice in an error. Not a time at bat, so he is 0 for 2. He scored in the Pirates' 4th inning against Bourbon. High pop-up off the right side. Geronimo drifting into shallow right center field. The center fielder makes the grab. 2 down. And that'll bring up the leadoff batter, Rennie Stennett. The Pirates lead 9-1, top of the 7th inning. Scores on the scoreboard after 6th inning. The Mets are leading Los Angeles 3-0 behind John Matlack. Jerry Grody hit a 2-run homer in the 5th inning, his 5th of the year. San Diego leads St. Louis 1-0 after 3.5. Atlanta has already beaten Montreal 4-3. San Francisco and Philadelphia after 6. The Phillies lead 6-4. Garver replaced Ruthlin in the 6th inning. Mike Schmidt has hit a pair of home runs. Line drive, right field, base hit. Kirkpatrick is going to be waved on. There's a throw to the plate. He's going to be out, I believe. No, they cut it off. He dives back into third. He would have been out had they sent him in, but very wisely, Skinner holds him at third base, and Stennett has had his 3rd hit in 4 times at bat to go along with the sacrifice that occurred in the 4th inning. Now the Bucks are just ripping base hits all over the lot here. Off Dick Bainey, that's the 6th hit in only his 2nd inning of pitching. Kirkpatrick holding at third. Stennett's on at first. 2 down, and Hebner, the batter, has gone 2 for 3, scored 2 runs, and drawn an intentional walk. The pitch by Bainey, down low, ball 1. Bucks chase back Jack Billingham in the 1st inning with 5 runs. He didn't get out of the 1st inning as Bourbon replaced him, going just 2/3 of an inning. Kirkpatrick hit a 2-run homer. That was the final batter he faced in the 1st. The 2-0 pitch to Hebner bounced up the middle, another base hit. Kirkpatrick scores. Stennett comes over to third. The ball bobbled. Hebner's going to go on to 2nd. They're waving Stennett in. He will score, and the Bucks score another run. Bourbon, or rather Geronimo in center field, bobbling the ball, and Stennett never broke stride. He scored all the way from first base on the base hit by Richie Hebner. Kirkpatrick also scoring. Stennett scoring on the air by the center fielder. Hebner gets an RBI single, moves to 2nd on the air, and the Pirates have spread it to 11-1. Oliver, who has driven in 3, is the batter. Takes a pitch down low, ball 1. Bainey not throwing very hard at all. He starts to loosen Will McEnany, who pitched, I think, 3 innings last night. The 1-0 pitch to Oliver, down low, 2 balls and no strikes. Dan Galbraith, the president of the Pirates, in attendance tonight, and he's going to enjoy what he's looking at. Hebner at 2nd with 2 down, ground ball, foul off the first base side. 2 balls and a strike, Now. His night has been a very productive one, driving in 3. He is now 52 on the year. Has moved his batting average up to 308. Has gone 2 for 3. And drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in the 6th inning. Had 4 hits last night. 2-1 pitch. He swings and misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pirates have been able to win only 2 games out of the earlier 7 played, but have won 1 and have a big lead here, 11-1 in the 7th inning. The Reds, with their early season bulk, have already captured the season series. They are the only Western Division ball club that has an advantage on the Pirates. Pop-up off the third base side. Dreesen, the third baseman, will make the grab in foul territory. That'll retire the Pirates in the 7th, but the Bucks scored 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, 1 left, and we'll go to the bottom of the 7th. The Pirates lead 11-1.
You know, this game of baseball is full of special sounds, sort of signals that something good is happening. And when a pitcher's really bringing it in, well, you can hear it popping leather all over the stadium. Or that unmistakable sound of that fat part of the bat on a leather-high fastball. And you know you can kiss it goodbye. Now, the same is true of beer. There are sounds that say, get ready, you're in for a great treat. Like that clear cracking sound when you pop open an ice-cold can of Iron City beer. It's your signal that you're breaking the thirst barrier. And when you pour it, well, my friend, listen next time to an Iron City beer pouring into your glass. It even sounds rich and full-bodied. And you can watch, too, as that thick, smooth head climbs effortlessly to the top of the glass. Yes, sir, the sights and sounds of an ice-cold Iron City beer are pretty tantalizing. But they're just signals, because taste is the name of the game. And that's where Iron City beer really comes through, with rich, robust, real beer flavor that just won't quit. See for yourself. Pick up a case of 12-ounce cans of Iron City beer. And when you're ready to pour on the iron.
Van Dreesen, Cesar Geronimo, and Dave Concepcion. The 5, 6, and 7 batters will go for the Reds in the 7th inning. Larry Demery, who won the last time out 10-1, getting even more betting support here tonight, leads 11-1 into the bottom of the 7th inning. The youngster pitched his first complete ball game in the National League last Wednesday, and looking for number 2 here if he can keep it going over the final 3 innings. Dreesen has had 1 hit in 2 attempts. So pay attendance tonight, 32,208. Total in the house of 39,941. This is baseball country out here. Fastball, a 5-ball 1. Hope you'll be on hand when we get back to Three Rivers to meet this ball club that's running red hot here, playing the best baseball in the National League right now. Line drive, center field by Dreesen. And against Demery is the 5th hit. Dreesen has had 2 of them. And it'll bring up Cesar Geronimo. The center fielder bounced into a double play in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 4th. Kirkpatrick at first will play off the bag with an 11-1 lead. Geronimo, left-handed batter, takes the pitch away. Short fastball, but no advance by Dreesen. Ball 1. It's good to have a Pirates fan listening from Columbia, Kentucky, Joe Glowacki. Had his son down here last night, a photographer. Changeup, bounce to short. Tavares up, gets the out at second. They throw to first, and not in time. Almost turned it over. Geronimo can fly going down the line, and Tavares made a great play going to his right in the hole. Threw a strike to Stennett, and they almost turned over another sizzling double play. They've had 3 tonight. Almost had number 4. shortstop, Concepcion, 0 for 2 against Emery. Will step in for the third time. Again, Kirkpatrick playing off the bag. A curveball taken by Dave. Strike one. Reds have been a hot ball club, and as I mentioned over on the TV side, the Pirates aren't stepping over a dead body here. This club's been playing very well. Pirates bats have just been booming in this series. Pitch down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. The look at first base. The 1-1 pitch. Right there, taking strike 2. Emery's been keeping the ball right down at the knees here after getting that sizable lead and struggling over the first 3 innings. Hasn't had too much problem since the 4th inning. One down, 11-1 lead. Ground ball to short, comes up for Tabas. The out at second, the throw to first. They've got another one, double play. 6-4 to 3. That's the 4th they've turned over in this ball game. Now, this is a young combination of Tabas and Stennett starting to really look comfortable out there. Now we've completed 7, and the Pirates lead 11-1, and a lot of people are leaving the ballpark.
Hi, this is Bill Mazeroski. You know, it's nice to remember the good things that happened to you. And for me, hitting that home run in the 1960 World Series was sure one of the best. But what's maybe even nicer is when other people remember too. It makes you feel good, and that's why I feel really flattered by these new special World Series cans that Iron City Beer has put out. One is for the 1960 series and shows a picture of me jumping in the air as I'm coming into home plate. Boy, I thought I'd never come down. The scores of all 7 games are on the can too. The other can commemorates the 71 series. It has the scores of all those games and a picture of the heroes of that series that'll bring back memories as soon as you see it. This is Bill Mazeroski saying, stop by your favorite tavern or distributor and pick up a 6-pack or a case of Iron City Beer in these special World Series cans. Then sit back and enjoy an ice-cold Iron City Beer and a warm memory for old time's sake.
Well, we'll check the scoreboard. In the 8th inning, San Francisco at bat. Schuler has replaced Garber for the Philadelphia Phillies. The Giants got a run in the 7th. That game now, Philadelphia 6 and San Francisco 5. Giants sneaking up on the Phillies in late inning. After 7 innings in New York, the New York Mets behind John Matlack shutting out the Dodgers 3-0. Pirates lead here 11-1. Willie Stargell leads off the 8th against Dick Bainey. And the pitch. Line drive right up the middle, base hit, number 18 on the night for the Pirates. Reggie Smith has homered for St. Louis to get them back into the ball game. His 16th in the 4th inning with nobody on. That ties the game at 1-1. Stargell leaves the ball game. Gene Fines will pinch run for him. Gets a fine hand from Cincinnati fans. The batter's disc has gone 4 for 4 tonight. Richie's had a couple of 4 for 4 performances, I think. Twice this year, he's gone 4 for 4. Hefner has had 4 hits in 4 different ball games this season. Ball 1 to Rich. He has 3 RBIs on the night, in with 73. Bounces foul off third. 1 ball and 1 strike. Its total attendance for the season, 1,470,202. 39,000 on hand for tonight's ball game. The total attendance. The paid attendance of 32,280. This has become one of the best towns in the National League for attendance. And it has the smallest potential for drawings of about any team. Certainly smaller than Los Angeles and New York, which have already had 2 million plus seasons. Quite a tribute to this organization and its locality. Ground ball off third. Dreesen picks it up, throws. He gets the out at second. Fine play by the youngster at third. One deep off the Third base line behind the bag in foul territory. Finally got it. Got the force play on Kleins at second base. One down, and that'll bring up Sanguillen. Manny's hit the ball hard on a couple of occasions, but he's gone 0 for 4. Drove in a run in the first inning when the Pirates scored 5 to chase Dillingham. He has a 7-game hitting streak going, and this will probably be his last time to come up. Second time he'll be facing Bainey. He lined to left field against him his first time up. Rose 90 feet off the line in left field. Sanguillen fouled back out of play, strike one. Sanguillen backed off a plate with a fastball right at the bridge of the nose. A little shaving job by Bainey. That time somebody gets brushed back, I guess. When you've had 18 hits, you can expect something like that. Zesk at first. The pitch to Sanguillen, line foul down the right field line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Giants failed to score in the 8th inning. The Phillies maintain a 6-5 lead. Into the bottom of the 8th. Line drive and a great play by Dreesen. Robbed him of the bases. He had a double for sure on that one. Somehow Dreesen got his glove on it. And Sanguillen's hitting streak will come to an end. Not that long of a streak, but you can't hit the ball much harder than he has on about 3 occasions here tonight. Sending Foster on the warning track in right field going away to get it. Line to Rose in the 7th inning in left field. And this one a great grab by the third baseman, Dan Dreesen. 2 down. Zesk at first base, then Kirkpatrick the batter. 2-run homer in the first inning. Single in the 7th inning. He's 2 for 4. Swings and misses, strike one. Pirates lead 11-1 on an 18-hit attack. Breaking ball inside. 1 ball and 1 straight. Jeff Zahn has come on to replace Charlie Huff for Los Angeles. The Mets leading 3-0 behind the pitching of John Matlack. Curve down low. 2 balls and a strike. A look at first base by Bainey. Perez playing off the bag. Kirkpatrick looks at a pitch down low. Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. The governor of Kentucky, Wendell Ford, and his lieutenant governor, Julian Carroll, in attendance at tonight's game. Hope they're rooting for the Pirates. We go for station identification. We'll grab it. Hopefully after a walk. We get the walk, and let's pause 10 seconds on the Pirates Baseball Network.
All the good sports are on Pirates. KDKA Pittsburgh.
Two down, 2 on. Zesk at second. Kirkpatrick at first. 11-1 lead. 8th inning. Tavares takes a curveball for a strike. Pirates losing Gene Klein. He'll be going into left field, replacing Stargell. Dave Pucker, I think, will be honored here tomorrow. This is his hometown, Cincinnati. Curveball lined up the middle, and it may get through. It does. Just looping liner. Scoring is Zesk from second base, and he just beats the throw. Kirkpatrick had to hold at second base. Pirates lead 12-1. Base hit by Tavares. Looked like a hard hit ball, but actually, I guess, hit off the fist or off the end of the bat. Just squeaked through under the glove of Concepcion. And Geronimo strode to the plate, didn't get this. The Pirates lead 12-1, 19-hit attack. And some more people head for the exits here at Riverfront. They'll be back tomorrow. They've been drawing huge strongs here, and Don Gully will go tomorrow. You can bet 20 hits will be coming out of Don Gully. Emery backs off a pitch inside, ball 1. That's the most hits the Reds have given up this year. 18 earlier, also by the Pirates when we beat them 14-1 here. I guess been kind of a feast or famine against this ball club. They've beaten us 7 times. We're trying to pick up our 4th win of the year against them. So one more game to go, and that's tomorrow night, and we won't see them anymore. Unless there should be an outing in October when both of us would be meeting again. 2 balls and no strikes on Demery. Kirkpatrick at second, Tavares at first. Fly ball, left field, and well hit, but Rose has got this one. Wickedly hit by Demery. Nothing but line drives all over the place tonight. One of those evenings for Reds pitchers. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. We strand 2. And after 7.5, we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. The Pirates lead 12-1.
You know, there's something special about baseball season. It seems to make everything just a little bit nicer, a little bit better. Take beer, for instance. For some reason I'll probably never understand, beer tastes better during baseball season than at any other time. An ice-cold Iron City beer tastes great all the time. Don't get me wrong on that. But round about now, well, it's something else again, my friend. The chill seems chillier. The head seems thicker and smoother. The color a tad more sparkling golden. And that rich, robust, real beer flavor lights up your taste buds like nothing I know. Yes, if baseball gets in your blood around this time of the year, you know what I mean. So stop in at your favorite tavern and order up a tall, frosty Iron City beer. And make a toast if you want. To baseball, to the Pirates, to yourself. Baseball season is something to celebrate. And Iron City beer is the best way to do it. When you're really ready to pour on the iron.
Here's some American League scores after 3.5. Milwaukee and Texas, no score at Arlington, Texas. The final score, Baltimore with Jim Palmer back in action, picking up a win. That's going to give them some hope. Beating Chicago, 8-2. Grand Slam home run got them going very quickly by Boog Powell. 8 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error for Baltimore. 2 runs, 7 hits, and 3 errors for Chicago. Palmer's record 4-8. The losing pitcher, Bud Johnson, his record 4-1. Out in St. Louis, a home run by Reggie Smith tied it at 1-1 with San Diego, but the Padres came back with a run on the top of the 5th off Sonny Siebert. They lead by the score of 2-1. Emery in the bottom of the 8th inning will face Foster, a pinch hitter. Terry Crowley, and then the leadoff batter, Pete Rose. He's allowed 5 hits over the front 7. 1 run, that came in the 3rd inning. Reds loaded the bases against him, but he gave up 1 run and got a double play ball off the bat of Perez. Swing and a miss by Foster, strike 1. Pirates have turned over 4 double plays, the 2nd, 3rd, 6th, and 7th inning. And Stennett and Tavares have turned all of them over. Curveball up high. 1 ball and 1 strike. 4-6-3 in the 2nd and 3rd. 6-4-3 in the 6th and the 7th. And they've been the middleman twice on the 4 double plays. The 1-1 pitch is not coming. Stepping out is Foster. The pitch underway. High fly, left center field. Well hit, maybe gone. It is home run, George Foster. Foster's 6th home run gets the Reds on the board here in the 8th inning. It's a 12-2 ball game, and Terry Crowley will pinch hit. Demery has given up a few of those. That's his 7th in 10 ball, 8 starts. Crowley, a left-handed batter, takes a strike. Left-hander, batting at 250, has 1 home run, 18 RBI. Pinch hitter, 7-37. Takes strike 2. Demery on top of him, count of 0-2. As the sign, the pitch is down low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Crowd getting enthusiastic on the home run by Foster, but the Reds trail 12-2. They're loosening a couple of people in their bullpen. Darrell Cheney, I think, one of them. High foul. That'll play down the left field line. Will McEnany will be the oncoming pitcher. As Bainey will depart for the pinch hitter Crowley here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The count of 1-2 on Terry Crowley pinch hitting for Dick Bainey. The pitch by Demery. High pop-up third base side, and I believe Hebner has a play, and near the dugout, he does. He reaches in, he got it. That'll retire Crowley, and it brings up Pete Rose. Hebner was in friendly territory there in the Pirate dugout. Had a lot of time to lean over and make the grab. Not a very difficult play, but you can make it look that way if you want to. Richie just kind of casually made the play. Rose 0 for 2. Takes a pitch down low for a ball. Very seldom the Bucks have been able to come into this ballpark and score like this, but nice to do it. Swing by Rose. He didn't get it. Foul tip. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hits off Reds pitching tonight. Pirates had the previous season high against Red pitching, 18, back on June the 1st. Saturday afternoon, we beat them 14-1. Fastball just off the inside corner. 2 balls and a strike. We're back home Friday night against the Los Angeles Dodgers. They lead the Western Division. 8:05 Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and then Sunday afternoon they wind it up in a day. 2-1 pitch. Deep to center field. Oliver looking. This one is going. It is off the wall. Rose is in at second. He's got a double X his first hit in the 2 ball games. Ball hit the straightaway center field. And the Reds fans getting a bit enthusiastic. Bruce Keeson will start the throw. Demery had a complete outing his last time against the New York Mets, winning 10-1, his first and only complete game. He'd like to wind it up here. He leads 12-2 with 1 down. Morgan the batter. Pete Rose at second base. Also loosening, Ramon Hernandez along with Bruce Keeson. Second time we've had activity in our bullpen. Earlier it occurred in the 3rd inning when Darrell Patterson started to loosen. The Red fans haven't had much to cheer about here tonight, but suddenly getting enthusiastic. Morgan takes a strike. Morgan walked, singled, and popped up to second base. Stennett making a great grab in the 6th inning and very shallow right center. Change-up in there, taking strike 2. Morgan looks back at Bob Engel, didn't like the call at all. Still jaws with him, kicking some dirt around. Joe stepping up with his hands on his hips, looks up at the sky, the dark sky, and now gets in there to hit. Rose inching off second base. The count of 0-2. And the pitch by Larry. Outside to the fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, look at second, the pitch. Change up outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. kind of rapidly played ball game despite all the hitting and run scoring here. Just a little over 2 hours old and a 12-2 ball game. And a total of 26 hits in the game. Looper into left field. Tough play. Coming on is Sedaris makes a grab. A great play. He had to go a long way to get that ball, and he took it away from Gene Clines. It was in shallow left field. Clines wouldn't have got there. Sedaris, the only one that could have made the play, and he did. Some fine defensive play. A couple of them by Tavares and Stennett, and 4 double plays turned over have certainly helped Larry Demery. 2 down. It's the second time Morgan's been robbed of base hits on plays like that. First by Stennett in right center, and this one by Tavares in the left center. Bench with a single in 2 official at-bats. Steps in against Demery. Takes the curve down low, ball 1. Guys batting in the 9th inning. The Phillies lead 6-5. Foul off third, past Alex Grammas. 1 ball and 1 strike on bench. Ron Schuler in relief of Gene Garber, who relieved the starter Dick Ruthven in the 6th inning. Ruthven, the pitcher of record. Jim Barr started. He's on the hook for the loss in that ball game. Mike Schmidt had another big night, hitting a pair of home runs. His 26th and 27th of the year. Two down here in the Reds' 8th inning. The Pirates lead 12-2. Rose at second base and a count of 1-1 on Johnny Bench. Here's the pitch. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Demery again with a 2-1 pitch is in there, and it's fouled back out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Hold of a real beer taste. A taste that has a way of shutting out a thirst in no time flat. And that's because Iron City Beer is the one with that real, honest-to-goodness beer taste. And I'll tell you something else. It's a taste you'll want to fill your refrigerator with. So you'll always be set when friends drop in or a thirst arrives. And no matter who wins the game, once you break into that Iron City Beer, my friend, you'll have yourself a winner. Iron City Beer. Pour on the iron.
The new pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds will be left-hander Will McEnany. He worked last night 2 or 3 innings. His record 1-0. He'll be facing Rennie Stennett, who's stepping in for his 6th time as the Pirates are in with 19 hits and a couple of walks and 2 Cincinnati errors, and lead 12-2. The other changes we have, Terry Crowley, I believe, has gone to left field. He has, replacing Rose. Cheney has gone to second, replacing Morgan. Plummer's behind the plate, replacing Bench. Those changes for Cincinnati. High pop-up behind home plate on the first pitch. Plummer drifting back. He won't have a play. It's into the crowd. Strike 1. Pirates dipping into the Reds bullpen earlier. When you do that, you're generally going to wind up scoring a lot of runs. And that's exactly what happened here. Billingham knocked out in the first inning in the big blow. A 2-run double by Zisk and then a 2-run homer by Ed Kirkpatrick. Stennett fouled back out of play. The good news out of New York for Cincinnati fans. John Matlack shuts out the Dodgers 3-0. Mets will do that to you. I'll tell you, their pitching is some kind of tough. For some reason this year, we've been able to beat them, and that's unusual. The last couple of seasons, they've been beating us. We still have a good 7 games left with them in September, the last 2 weeks of the year, back-to-back weekends. Ball fouled off third. That'll be in Pittsburgh the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of September. And then we're in New York for 4 single games, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 26th through the 29th. We wind up the season at home this year against the Cubs Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. October 1st and 2nd winding up, then September the 30th start out that 3-game set. Stennett taps off the first base side, picking it up with Perez. He'll take it this time himself for the out. 1 down on the Pirates' 9th inning. Pirates have not gone out 1, 2, 3 in any inning except the 2nd inning against Pedro Borbon. It's the only inning the Pirates did not have a base hit. Hebner, who's had 3 hits in 4 at-bats, is the batter. Ritchie looks at a fastball down low from the left-hander McEnany. Ball 1. For a final on the Philadelphia Phillies score. Nothing posted as yet. 6-5, the Phillies led in the 9th inning. Ground ball, right side. Takes a bat hop over the head of Perez down the right field line. Hebner will try for 2. No, he'll hold there. Go by Foster, cut off by the second baseman Cheney. Now we get a bouncing ball over the head of Tony Perez out of the sliding pit at first base for the Pirates' 20th hit. And the Pirates lead 12-2. Western Division ball clubs losing tonight. Houston won 3-1. That equals the Pirates' high for the year of 20 hits. Oliver in there takes the strike. Chopping foul at the feet of Al. 1 ball or no ball, 2 strikes. Oliver's had a couple of hits. He's gone 2 for 4. Move his batting average up to about 307. Pirates had 20 hits in a ball game against New York on April the 21st. High fly to right field, well hit. Back at Foster on the warning track, looking. It is gone. Home run. Well, you might as well enjoy it while it's there because these nights don't come along that often. It seems like everything they're hitting is fighting holes, well hit, home runs, and that's only the 2nd home run of the night. But the Pirates now are in with 21 hits, and they lead 14-2. This is what you call a pummeling. They beat the Reds 14-1 back in June the 1st in this ballpark, and we beat them. We're winning here 14-2. Stennett the batter, or Kleins rather the batter. He replaced Starzo in left field. First time he is up, takes the pitch away. Ball 1. That's number 8 home run for Oliver. He's driven in 5 runs on the night. Of the 14 the Bucks have scored, he has 54. Foul back out of the glove of Plummer. 1 ball and 1 strike. That, by the way, is the highest RBI total for anybody this year. Oliver with 5 RBIs for Oliver. One ball and 2 strikes on Gene Kleins. 1 down in the Pirates' ninth. Gene pops it up off the right side. Tony Perez, Cheney drifting over. The second baseman will make the play. 2 down. Well, Larry Demery has had himself 2 good outings here with batting support. Beyond compare, 10-1, beating the Mets the last time out, and he leads 14-2 here into the 9th inning. Foul, back out of play by Zisk. Ritchie's had 4 hits in 5 at-bats. The only time they got him out in the 8th inning, hit one in the hole at shortstop. And with Kleins on at first base, pinch running for Stargell. The only play they had was at second, and they got him. Well, he's moved his average over 320. McEnany's pitch is foul, back out of play. And the count is 0-2. Dodgers only got 4 hits off Matlack. Matlack's win is 11th against 9 defeats, downing the losing pitcher. He's 4-6. This pops foul down the left field line, right on the line. It's going to be a fair ball grab, I believe. And no, foul ball grab. Crowley runs him off to make the out. That'll retire the Pirates in the 9th inning. 2 runs on Al Oliver's 8th home run. He's driven in 5 on the night. 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. And we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Pirates lead 14-2.
You know, the old gunner here has been doing the Pirate play-by-play for Iron City now for 18 years. Great years. Just filled with exciting moments, great players, and a lot of fine, fine fans. And you know, something I've learned over the years is that baseball fans know their beer, and they like it. That's why they've helped make Iron City beer the #1 beer around here year after year. Of course, it's tough to put your finger on any one reason. But maybe it's because Iron City is made with more ingredients. And all those ingredients are the very best a good beer ought to have. So when you start into a tall, frosty glass of Iron City beer, you know it's an Iron City. Because you can't miss that rich, full flavor, that lively tang, that beautiful creamy head, that real honest-to-goodness beer taste. You take it from the gunner. If you want to sink your thirst into the best beer around here, you've got to get the #1 beer. Iron City. Yes, my friends, pour on the iron.
Well, here's a final score out of Philadelphia. The Phillies hold on to defeat San Francisco 6-5. Dick Ruffin wins the ball game. First time in a while he's had a victory. 5 runs, 10 hits, and no errors for San Francisco. 6 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error for the Phillies. Ruthven won it. His record 5-9. Barr lost it. His record 10-6. 27,618 at Philadelphia. Well, the Phillies will stay right where they are and maybe pick up ground because Cardinals trail San Diego 2-1. But that game very early. That's in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cardinals bat. The leadoff batter is Tony Perez here in the Reds' 9th inning. The pitch in there for a strike. Sudney Sutherland homered for Detroit. His 5th in the 8th with 1 on. Trying to find a score on that ball game. 1 ball and 1 strike on Perez. Foul, back out of play. Kansas City had led 5-0, but Mengoria's come on in the 8th inning. It's a 5-2 ball game following the home run by Sudney Sutherland. Milwaukee and Texas, no score. They're through 4 innings of play. Texas. Larry Demery tried to pick up his 3rd win against 4 defeats here, leading by a big margin of 14-2. Sends a fastball inside on Perez. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Perez has bounced into 2 double plays, and he's gone 0 for 3 against Larry. The windup in the pitch, just outside, ball 3. Full count of 3-2. Demery's walked 3, but has worked those 3-ball count on a number of hitters here tonight. His big problem in the 3rd inning, but he got out of it with a double play. High foul, out of play off the first base side. The count holds at 3-2. Perez the other day here with an RBI moved into number 2 in the all-time Cincinnati totals, just behind Frank Robinson, moved ahead of Ted Kluszewski. 3-2 pitch, line drive, left field. Back is Kleins. He has room. He's got it. Now, all Demery's trying to do is put the ball in play and right down the chute. Ball was well hit, but directly to the left fielder, Gene Kleins. That'll bring up Dan Dreesen, who's had 2 of the Cincinnati 7 hits. Don Gullett goes tomorrow against Jim Rooker. The final meeting of these two ball clubs in 1974, the regular season. Dreesen swings and misses on a fastball, strike one. Demery is just 21 years of age, was 0-4, but has started to put some wins together here. Foul, back out of play. Count of 0-2. The count of 0-2 and the pitch in the dirt on a changeup, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pirates have done the job defensively tonight. No errors and turned over 4 double plays. Taveras and Stennett have just simply sparkled out there at short and second. Aside from that, you look at 21 hits and 14 runs, and it pretty much tells you everything, doesn't it? It's what is known in the trade as the laugher, and there aren't that many of those during the year. High fly down the left field line. It's going to drift out of play into the crowd. Kline's giving chase, but pretty well hit by Dreesen to the opposite field. I think Dreesen's the guy that hit the ball last night that Stargell made the great grab on. I'm trying to recall. It's either Geronimo, I don't know who, or the left-handed batter. Demery's 1-2 pitch, foul by Dreesen, behind home plate. 1 down in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Pirates lead 14-2. But the Reds won't lose any ground because the Mets again beat the Dodgers 3-0 and a shutout by John Matlack. Gary Grody had a 2-run homer. Curve in the dirt, the count of 2-2. Phillies won 6-5 over San Francisco. Houston beat Chicago this afternoon 3-1. San Diego leads St. Louis 2-1. They're in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Atlanta beat Montreal 4-3. Fly ball deep to left field. Kline's back looking at the wall. It is gone, home run. Dreesen hit the ball and it bounced right on top of the fence and bounced out of the ballpark. The Reds' second home run. The 4th of the season by Dreesen. He hit that ball at 10 to left field. And the score is 14-3. The batter, Cesar Geronimo, 0 for 3 against Demery. You mentioned all Demery's trying to do right here is put the ball in play. Unfortunately, that was where nobody could play. Foul, back out of play. Foster homered in the 8th inning. Dreesen in the 9th. High fly to left field. Kline makes an easy play on this one. 2 down, and we're down to the final out here in this long evening of baseball. And Concepcion will step in, looking for his 4th hit and first hit in 4 at bat. Pirates scored 14 runs twice previously in San Francisco and here in Cincinnati earlier in the season. Fastball inside sends Concepcion sprawling. He's down, and he thought people were throwing at him earlier in that ball game in Pittsburgh. If you think a guy's throwing at you with a 14-3 score, why, ain't no way. He went out, I think, in front of the mound, in front of the batter's box, and might have said something to Demery. I don't know. The pitch is the ground ball. The shortstop, Taveras, long throw. Can he get him? He didn't. He's safe. The base hit, an infield single by Dave Concepcion. He was hit on the fist of the ball and didn't get out there too quickly. Taveras' long throw Not in time. This fellow runs very well. Foster will step in. He's had a home run and a single in 3 at-bats. 14-3 is the score. Pirates out in front. 2 down in the Reds' 9th inning. Foster takes a strike. Emery's given up 9 hits. Most of them coming here in the later innings. 5 of them. Ground ball to third. That'll do it. Hebner gets an easy play at second base with a force play on Concepcion. The Pirates win a lapper, 14-3.
How big is your beer thirst? Really big? Then you need the beer taste to satisfy it. Iron City Beer. And to help your great thirst make it through 9 innings, Iron City gives you that big beer taste in cans of 16-ounce returnable or non-returnable bottles. Now, 16 ounces is a lot of beer, but then you've got a lot of thirst. One tall, frosty, 16-ounce bottle of Iron City beer packs the kind of bracing beer flavor that only a man-sized beer thirst can handle. And you know the kind of beer thirst I'm talking about. It starts with the first pitch and goes all the way to the last out. But Iron City was made to handle it. This is a beer that has it all. The most select hops, the most careful brewing, and the best of everything else it takes to make Iron City taste just the way your thirst wants it. Take home a case of Iron City in the returnable or non-returnable 16-ounce bottles. When you're really ready to pour it on, pour on the Iron.
Your host is in Iron City Beer, and the Pirates put on quite a performance here tonight. Their 3rd time that they've scored 14 runs in a ball game. The 2nd time in its ballpark as we win it 14-3 on a 21-hit attack, the most hits ever this season by the Pirates. Previous high had been 20 at New York and 18 earlier against the Reds in this ballpark. Larry Demery, the benefit of a very big first inning when the Pirates chased starter Jack Billingham with 5 hits and 5 runs after he retired only 2 batters before Bone replaced him, and it was all Pittsburgh from that time on. But the key base hit turned out to be after Stennett, Hebner, and Oliver opened with singles to load the bases. Stargell struck out on 3 pitches, and then Billingham went the count of no balls and 2 strikes on Zisk. He then worked into 2-2, and in a breaking ball out over the plate, Zisk lined to double down the left field line to score 2. Sanguin drove in a run with a ground ball to short. Then Ed Kirkpatrick homered off Billingham for a 5-run first inning. And they chased him, and Bourbon came on. Bainey and McEnany followed. Pirates scored 2 in the 4th inning, 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th, and 2 in the 9th. Home runs by Kirkpatrick. His 4th, 2nd in as many nights. And it came with 1 on in the 1st inning. The other home run, Al Oliver in the 9th inning, his 8th of the year, with a runner on base. And highlighting the night, Hebner went 4 for 5. Zisk went 4 for 6. That's the 5th time this year that Hebner has had 4 hits in a ball game, and the 3rd time that Zisk has gone that way too. Al Oliver drove in 5 runs, and that's the most by any Pirate this season, eclipsing the 4 earlier by Richie Hebner and Richie Zisk. They did it each once earlier this season. The only Pirate regular that didn't get a hit was Manny Sanguin, and he lined out about 4 times. He was over 5 and ended his hitting streak at 7 ball games. The line score, 14 runs, 21 hits and no errors, 9 left for the Pirates. 3 runs, 9 hits and 2 errors, 5 left for Cincinnati. Demery wins it. His record now 3-4. He's won 3 in a row. Billingham, the losing pitcher, his record 14 wins and 8 defeats. The Reds home runs, Foster his 6th and Dreesen his 4th in the 8th and 9th inning respectively with nobody on base. So the Pirates for the first time this year go over the 500 mark with a record now of 59 wins and 58 defeats. We will not gain any ground on the Phillies. They won already 6-5 in St. Louis. We're trying to get a score on that one. It may be coming over here very shortly. But the way we have it, it's San Diego leading 2-1 with the Cardinals batting in the bottom of the 5th inning. That still has a long way to go. Romo going against Sonny Siebert in that ball game. But our record against the Reds now is 4 wins and 7 defeats. We have won 3. in this ballpark, so at least we're going to get a split. We know that. Tomorrow, Jim Rooker hopefully can make it a sweep. And if we get a sweep here, it'll make every team in the Western Division that we have swept at least once in one series. And Rooker will go against the Reds' top pitcher, Don Gullett, tomorrow night. So for the gunner, Bob Prince, for our engineer, Larry Schnee, and for our producer, Bill Richards, back at the studio in Pittsburgh, Nellie King saying so long.